Welcome to the ServSafe Manager playlist, where I am covering the entire 7th edition of the ServSafe Manager guide. If you are new to the playlist, I'm going to drop a link up top where the playlist starts so you can watch it from the beginning. Highly recommend that if you are looking to do your ServSafe Manager, you watch this. For anybody else, welcome to the video. So today we're actually going to be talking about the alert system. So what is the alert system? The alert system was actually created by the FDA. It can actually help you identify points in your restaurant where your food is at risk. Some people will also know this as a HACCP plan, or Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. So the A in the alert system is assure, making sure that the products that you get are from safe sources. So you can supervise deliveries, use approved suppliers, and you can request vehicles to be locked very specifically. Under look, the L in alert, monitoring the security of the products in the facility. Storing chemicals in a secure location is an example of this. Training staff to spot food defense, creating a system for handling damaged products, and limiting access to prep and storage areas. The E in alert is employees, simply knowing who is in your facility. You don't just want random people walking around. It's actually a big deal when you have guests come back into the kitchen because they might be there for an innocuous reason or to Karen up the place, or they could be there to do something bad. If you dress nice, wearing like a nice blue button up with some nice slacks, shiny shoes, you put a hard hat and a clipboard on, get a gold watch, go walk around Walmart, you can get access to almost anywhere because they will just assume that you are there on business. So that is something that you want to make sure to do is if you get pest control people or anything like that, especially if you're dealing with high-end stuff, you definitely want to make sure that when people show up that they are who they actually say they are. The R is for reports. Keep information related to food defense available for everybody. Receive logs, office files and documents, staff lines, and do random food defense inspections. Now the T is the last in the alert system, and it is the threat. If there is suspicious activity or a threat, identify who you will contact and how you will handle the situation ahead of time. It'll make it a lot easier. Hold any product that you suspect can be contaminated. Contact your regulatory authority immediately and maintain an emergency contact list. Despite your best efforts, there may come a time where there is a foodborne illness outbreak. So how would you handle something like that? Well, you want to start by gathering information. You want to talk to the person that made the complaint. You want to identify the food that was contaminated. Ask for a description, because that could be a difference between which food items they actually ate, especially if they ate a whole plate of food or a surf and turf or something like that. If you think that there's going to be a full outbreak, you want to contact the regulatory authorities immediately, so you know who they are from the previous episodes. Put a do not use label on the suspected product and set it aside. Log information about the product, anything that you can. There's never a thing of too much information. Product, description, date, lot number is important, sell by date, pack size, all that stuff. Identify staff. You're going to want to keep a list of everybody that was working at the time that the outbreak might have started, and you are going to want to interview all of these people. Obviously, cooperate with the regulatory authorities when they show up. Don't be combative. Don't be defensive. Do what you got to do. The public will thank you. And lastly, you want to review your procedures to make sure that you are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. When something like this happens, it's really important to remember that the public will look a lot harsher on you if you try to cover it up. You are better off being on the public side on this because word is going to get out. Be as transparent as you can with them, and that will definitely help you in the future. We're going to do a whole separate video on food allergens. I am going to give you a rundown of what I call the Super 8 or the Big 8. These are the 8 most common allergens. Now, there are other allergens, like I said, we will get into in that video, and the green screen will be back for that. So the 8 most common allergies are dairy, eggs, soy, wheat, fish, shellfish, peanuts, and tree nuts. Those are the 8 most common allergies. Now, there are several other allergies. Some of them are lesser known. There are capsicum is an allergen. There are nightshade allergies. There are sesame allergies. There's people that are allergic to red dye number 5. There are tons of allergens out there. And there's a lot of nuance to allergens, which is why I want to take extra time on this and do a whole separate video. Just because somebody comes in with a weird allergy, don't just assume that they're faking it. You have to take every single one seriously. If you have any questions on Manager ServSafe, I actually have a Facebook group available where you could come in. Low member count right now, but we are definitely getting those numbers up there. It has more than doubled in the last week. So go ahead and join that if you want to ask pointed questions about ServSafe, or if you have a test coming up and can't wait for me to get through all 10 chapters. But otherwise, you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.